Down at Tidmouth Sheds, everyone's job was done for the day and everyone was resting, and due to reasons, of course. So, what are we gonna do now that our jobs are done? Said Saber excitedly. Well, we could talk about our days, suggested Furness, helpingly. I just had to pull some commuters down to Knapford and take some goods trains, said Wilson. Suddenly, they heard a whistle from the distance. Oh no, here we go
come
again.
on.
Did he seriously
I know
have
how
to
this is
arrive?
gonna turn out.
Now's
I really
my time
do.
to shine. Oh, guys, I was having a good sleep. Henderson drove down the line and stopped at the turntable. Pah! No room in the sheds for me. What a pity. Maybe if you weren't so arrogant all the time, maybe there would be room in the sheds for you. Pah! Replied Henderson. And it's only because as you guys don't know my royalty. Well, maybe if you weren't such a wuss, then I'd actually consider you royalty, Saber replied cheekily. Meanwhile, Andy was still crying about his ruined sleep. I wonder, Furness, how can poor old Henderson keep up this whole royalty shenangle? I don't know, said Furness, but it's just that we need to suck it up and go along with it, of course. If it was possible, I'd kick his butt right now, he said. By now, some of the engines had left, others were sound asleep, but Wilson was still awake. He couldn't sleep, so he decided to just stay awake, of course. You know, I should go do some work. And Wilson set off and stopped on the turntable. However, it happened when the turntable was only halfway round. Henderson's wheels began to turn with an ominous rumbling sound. Wake up! Cried Wilson as Henderson blundered into the pit. Henderson was in the turntable well, and disgusted, of course, by it. Meanwhile, the other engines were actually having a blast because of it. That's what you get for ruining my sleep, said Andy. Well, meanwhile, Furness was laughing his funnel off like crazy. Furness laughed. I'll fetch the gang from Nottingham, okay? He said, very much joyful. We can finally tease Henderson for a bit, and of course, but we're stuck in the sheds. Ah, well. What matters, said Andy. Help would arrive, however, in the form of Jigsaw with the breakdown train. Unfortunately for Henderson, another figure would also arrive, the Silver Controller. You, Henderson, my sir, have been the rudest locomotive today. For this, you have caused much confusion and delay. You can't exactly blame him, though, said Jigsaw. You know you couldn't have known that his brakes failed when he was sleeping. Right, but with Henderson out of action, I'll have another engine and pull the express for today. Maybe Andy or Lancaster. Later, Henderson was placed into the sheds for repairs, of course. After all, he had been severely damaged by the crash. Don't worry, Henderson, said Denver. Accidents will happen now and again. Just don't take it all too hard, of course. It happens now and again, said Smokebox. But well, we all make mistakes. And we learn from them, and the cycle repeats, and repeats. Honestly, I don't even know who's gonna pull the express now, said Ed Henderson. Maybe Andy or Lancaster, but all I know is that I'll sit here. Don't worry, Henderson. I'm sure Andy or Lancaster will take good care of the coaches, Denver said, very much cheekily. I'm sure he will, Henderson. I'm sure. Well, at least I hope so, said Smokebox. They all had a good laugh about it before they went to work.